What's going on, YouTube? I know it's been a minute since I dropped the video. I just wanted to drop a quick video, man, in regards to retention. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I know it's been a couple of months since I dropped some videos, but your boy being busy, and you know what I'm saying? It's been a journey for me, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I've been on retention this whole time. Cause I just been, going with the flow and the punches in life. But more of the story, man. I'm back at it, you know what I'm saying? It's just been a couple days now since I started. Not too long, but you always gotta know this, man. It's never too late to get on your retention. You're never too old, you're never too young. But I'm gonna just hit y'all guys with a story while I was on, the retention for the time being. If you ever watch this video, nay, then you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Okay, so there was like 2 or 3 months ago, I met this chick. I had sex with, two other women after her. But I'm going to tell y'all this story, man. I had a talk with God. I was like, God, I don't care if you send a woman as bad as Beyonce. I'm going to, stay on this journey, and I'm going to be dedicated to this journey. And I'm going to, be honest on this journey or whatever. So the time I had to been on retention like 2 months, and the whole time, probably like 2 months, going on 3 or probably that. So I meet this girl, on my journey. She so happened to be going through it with a guy that she was talking to, dating or whatever. But she didn't too much care about him. So I exchanged and gave her my number. Sorry, I had a phone call. So I exchanged numbers to with her. And you know what I'm saying? I text her when I got her number. She didn't ever respond back. So that was like 4 days or 3 days later, she responded back to my text saying, "What's up? I want to chill." So I ain't chill with her the same day she wanted to chill. I chilled with her 3 days later. And when we chilled, it was cordial, you know what I'm saying? It was a vibe. We were chillaxing. So I brought her, you know what I mean, to spend time with me physically. So I ain't gonna lie, man. When she came to come spend time with me, boy, she was looking finer than ever. Had her all white on. And then she was like, you know what I mean, sort of, dark skinned, and I don't even really date dark skinned women, but she was fine enough for me to, you know what I mean, talk to her or whatever. And I don't know what we was considered, dating, fucking, her into it with a guy and us fucking, like I don't know what it was. But more of the story, man, she came, we chilled. And I always have had a thing for foot fetishes, you know what I mean, when it comes to women. And it's like we ended up watching a movie. And in the midst of us watching the movie, we got a little closer to each other. So she showed me her feet. It was like, she don't even know that I like foot fetish. We never even talked. Like, you know what I'm saying? That first day she texted me, I was letting her know that we could chill that Friday or whatever. So boom, we chilled that Friday. We ain't get into like deep conversations of me telling her me having foot fetishes or whatever. So she showed me her feet. Instantly, that locked my brain. I was like, "Can I rub them?" I don't even think I asked her, "Can I rub them?" I think I said, "Let me rub them." I don't know what I said. More of the story, I went to, rubbing her feet, asking her did she like it, and once the feet rub came, it led it to another. You know what I'm saying? Me kissing her in the mouth, And once you kiss a woman in the mouth, you know what that led to. So we ended up having sex. I bust, you know what I'm saying? Moral of the story, I bust. You know, I didn't hold it in. And I felt like, damn, when I released, I'm thinking in my head, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I thought we and her still were gonna connect. You know, the crazy part about it, we only chilled twice. You know what I'm saying? After that, she vanished on. We texted her and that, but she vanished on. But I went to thinking to myself in my head, like, damn, I just was tested. You know, and I failed the test. You know, because, you know, the lust, or, you know, whatever we tempted with, the devil gonna tempt us with it. And, you know, I love ladies, you know what I'm saying? You know, I can't say they have been my weakness, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, the more I overpower it, you know, the more that, you know, I get tempted. And, you know, I was thinking to myself, like, damn, as we slowly start communicating, I was thinking to myself, like, damn, man, like, fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, like, damn, I went against her. What I wasn't gonna do when I was talking to God, saying He sent me a fine woman. I ain't gonna do it, and He sent me a fine woman, and I did it. But you know, I don't want to beat myself up over it because you know, ain't nobody perfect in this world, and we all get tempted. But you know what I'm saying? I just found it very odd, like how the devil could really try to, you know, knock you off your God-given path. And, you know, I know some of you brothers out there probably done had slip-ups or, you know, situations, but I just want to let y'all know, man, like, it don't stop. You still get another chance. And at the end of the day, you know, you want to protect your energy more. You know, I'm actually dating someone, you know, I don't even consider it dating. We just friends. And, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know, I'm doing it like I did my last friend, you know, like taking a break from it, you know, and tapping in, becoming, you know, deeply into this retention stuff. Because, brothers, man, you get tempted on this journey, and that's what I did, you know, me looking back at old girl, you know, that came that was so fine, you know what I'm saying? But, moral of the story, man, you know, the devil will test you on this. And, you know, it done been brothers had to, you know, restart over and that slipped up. Because, you know, a man going to be a man at the end of the day. And I feel like semen retention plays a role of the mind. You know what I'm saying? The mind, body, and soul, you know, together. So, you know, even if you release, you know, you can't say, oh, I'm back on the first day again. You know what I'm saying? Because day is not even really real. Time ain't real. So all the time and days and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Don't get wrapped up in the midst of saying it that way. Just put your mind, body, and soul to it. And that's retention all as it is. You know, it would be guys tell you, oh, well, you got to start over. You ain't that many days. And I'm going to let y'all know the days don't count. You know what I'm saying? What count is protecting your energy and protecting your mind, body, and soul. Remember that on retention, man. You protect your mind, body, and soul. But, you know, I'm not going to make this video long. I'll be dropping more content, and I got more on the way. I'm finna, you know, boost this channel up, and it's going to be fire. You know, I see a lot of guys doing their thing who I've been tuning in to, you know, channel going up. So y'all like, comment, subscribe. But remember, retention don't count by the days or the minutes. It count by your mind, body, and soul. Protect your energy. You know what I'm saying? Keep it all protected. You know what I'm saying? And don't beat yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Just when you have sex, man, have it for the right reasons, and just don't be releasing your power within, because God gave us these releases for us to, you know what I mean, connect and have a connection. And the world made it, you know, oh, you got to get married, or oh, you got to get all the ladies, and, you know, just all type of other stuff. And people draining their energy, and, you know, they're not using their mind, body, and soul. But that's just a nugget I wanted to drop to you all, and a little story I wanted to tell you all. But y'all stay blessed. More content on the way. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. And your boy going up. And, you know, peace and blessings, man. Peace and blessings.